Okay, so I'm back. I had someone come in and I had to shut off the video and start again, but I think it's a good opportunity for me to be pressured into learning how to edit videos, which so far I have not done that. So this may be an edited video you're going to see, or you might see two videos placed in this email, just so that I could get this information out as quickly as possible. And then I'll learn how to do it pretty soon. I'm gonna employ my 15-year-old to help me. So I was talking about vitamin D3 and how important it is as far as your immunity goes in so many ways. And I had mentioned cancer, that actually many cancers are considered a vitamin D3 deficiency. Mostly breast cancer is in that category. There's a lot of other things that go along with preventing breast cancer or dealing with it if you have it. But if I don't know anyone that got breast cancer where their vitamin D levels weren't in the 20s. It is so important of a number to know that you should ask anytime you go for a blood work for a vitamin D test. It is part of a routine testing. All doctors, in my opinion, should do it, and many don't. So you have to request it, and then you can't just let them tell you that it's fine. You have to know what the number is, because they may say that 30 is fine, but it's in the functional medicine realm, it is not. It needs to be around 70 or 80. And like I said, if somebody had cancer previously, it should really be around 100. So I will have that handout here at the store. If anyone's interested, you're welcome to ask me. I'm going to keep it behind the counter. I just did get a wholesale account with a supplement company that sells all different brands of supplements. And I'm starting to bring in things that I recommend to my clients on a regular basis so that they don't have to wait to get started. And plus, I also have a lot of customers that come in the store who start to talk to me about things that they have going on with them. And I may say to them, I usually write down, things that they can start to take and then leave them to go find it on their own. But now I may just have them here so that you can buy them from me if you want. And it would be a well-sourced supplement that is of the highest quality, because with supplements, you have to be very careful. There are forms of different vitamins and minerals that are not the best. They're not very absorbable. They're cheap to make, and they really don't do much good. Those studies that say that, people who take vitamins have the most expensive pee, in the world, and that supplements don't really work. Those studies are studying more of the mainstream big name brand supplements that are inexpensive. They do not go for quality. It's just about shelf life and about price. So they're almost useless. You almost don't gain any nutrition from them. I mean, in functional medicine, we do try to drive vitamins and minerals through food. Like say you need selenium, I might suggest that you eat a bunch of Brazil nuts, because they have the highest level of selenium in them than any other food out there. But supplements come in handy. They're easy. You just need to make sure you have the right quality and the right form of that vitamin. And I'll give you a quick example. Vitamin B12 comes in, most of the time, it's called cyanocobalamin, and that is made with cyanide. And your body has to detoxify out that cyanide before it can even utilize the B12. And your body doesn't really absorb it very well. So sometimes you can start to store it because your body doesn't really recognize it very well as the real vitamin. And it collects in your system, and your levels might be off the charts, but you're not getting any benefit from it. So you really want to take B12 that is methylated. It's methylcobalamin is the name of the form. That is the bioavailable form of B12. if there's neuropathy in your legs due to any kind of diabetic condition or just peripheral neuropathy that you don't know where you got that from, I'll give you a hint. It's always related to sugar. Any kind of nervy, tingly kind of hands or feet or legs are really benefited from B12. Energy, it's a very essential vitamin, but you have to get the right form. So that's the kind of stuff I'm going to have here for you to purchase if you want. And so I'm going to have them here for my clients as well as just the customers that come in the store that might be interested in starting a supplementation program that is targeted in some way to something that's going on with them. The other thing for health and wellness, for warding off colds, is quercetin. It is like a natural hydroxychloroquine. And so quercetin is very powerful as well to ward off colds, and I'll link that as well. I had mentioned obviously colloidal silver, which is my biggest thing that I use for warding off colds. And I actually use a mouthwash and a toothpaste that have colloidal silver in them as well. And so I do believe that especially since, like I said, the viruses and colds replicate in your throat and in your nose, that if you brush your teeth every day with a colloidal silver toothpaste or use a mouthwash that has it in it as well, plus other herbs that kill bacteria and virus, it's kind of like a 1-2 punch. Like, I feel like it's the combination of all of these things that I do that is warding off me getting a cold or flu or anything, not just one thing. So I think you have to kind of, contemplate all of it. And I don't take it all every day. I do vary it. Other than like the toothpaste and the mouthwash, I do that every day, every morning, every evening. Pretty much every day I do take the vitamin D3. I don't use the colloidal silver or the iodine or zinc every day, only sporadically. So you wind up getting into a rhythm of like changing it up and having these things around, and then using them when you need them. And you could throw the kitchen sink at a cold when you start to feel it, right? You sleep better. You make yourself sleep better. You don't eat sugar. You start to take these supplements. And even if you did get a cold, it would be way less severe than if you didn't do these things. And then, what happens is this cascade of things happen, right? You get a cold, then it may go into a secondary infection, bronchitis, and it could ultimately move into pneumonia if you're unaware of all these things. So I really just wanted to let you guys know that you have the power in your hands to buy some supplements, have them on hand, some knowledge about what to do if you do feel like you're getting sick, so that you could prevent it completely, or if for some reason you can't and you still get it, you don't have the severity of cold that you would have had previously. And so it doesn't go into those secondary infections, and it doesn't move into pneumonia, and you don't have to go to the doctor for, antibiotics. I avoid antibiotics at all costs. I wouldn't take an antibiotic unless I was absolutely dying or there was some kind of infection from here up. Because, infections in your mouth or your eyes or sinuses, it's so close to the brain, you have to be careful. So, they'd have to find some kind of antibiotic that would work for me since I'm so highly allergic to them. So there is one other thing that I take that I really can't mention here on YouTube. And I will say that it is a pharmaceutical, and I have it on hand. And if anyone's interested in knowing what that is, you are welcome to ask me, and I can tell you where to get it. And I do take that prophylactically as well sometimes, which I think is very beneficial. Not as easy to get as some of these other things, though. So, okay. So please let me know if you have any questions. I will link in the bottom of this email all of the different things that I spoke about and the better forms and the best places to get them so that you know you can trust these supplement companies that I use. And because I really looked at what they have in them and I make sure that it's the right version and the quality is the best and, you know, that kind of thing. And all of these things, none of it's expensive except for the coated colloidal silver. But man, it is the best thing to have around. And it lasts forever. I think there's like 83 drops in this small bottle, and you only need 1 drop if you start to feel sick. So it can last for a very, very long time. And like I said, the whole household could use it. So please let me know if you have any questions, and I hope this helps keep you as healthy and happy as you can be, because I hate seeing people sick and upset and worried about these things. I want to take some of that worry away from you guys. All right, so I hope you have a good day, and I hope to see you at the store sometime soon. Thanks.